Let's talk about character. What is character? Any answer you give me is going to be the right answer. What is character, my friends? Come on, anything is good for me. Please don't be afraid. I'm going to ask, I'm going to point. Young lady, you had put your hand up earlier. I'm asking, what is character? How does one reveal character? Tell me. Say it, don't worry.
Who contribute to the story or take the story somewhere?
How do you reveal a person's character? Yeah, ऐसा. How do you reveal that? Take a mic and say it. Anything. How do you know what kind of person he is, or he or she is? Is she a hot-headed person? Is she a dayalu person? Is he a person that has no moral compass? Is he a person who has got great moral compass? Is he a person that has short temper? Is a person who is unscrupulous? Is a person a cheat? How do we reveal that?
Everything is body language, the words, the way the person will say the dialogues, all the things will be there.
All right, excellent. I think excellent. Through body language, the words and the way you reveal by dialogues. All right, somebody else, come on. Come on, young man.
Reaction to the conflict.
Okay, amazing. Amazing answer. The reaction to the conflict. Be aware of that. You don't have to say, अरे ये आदमी है ना बहुत खड़ूस है, ये आदमी है ना बहुत चोर है, बेईमान है. We don't have to say it. It has to come out from the reaction to the conflict. Anybody else is another way of revealing character? Young lady, you were saying, going to say?
Through their actions, the way they act in front of people.
All right, okay. That's good, excellent. Anybody else?
Things that make a person different from the other.
Right. But how do we reveal that is the question that I'm asking. Let me polish who the young man said something. Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
So maybe the situation reveals it instead of just the...
The situation reveals it. What's the situation? The situation is the action of the scene. So, without an action in the scene, when somebody wants something, right? If somebody wants something, how is he negotiating that want? If a person comes around and says, भाई साहब मुझे ये चाहिए, टिकट खत्म हो गया, अरे भाई साहब एक काम करना है, तू मुझे ये टिकट नहीं देगा, हाउसफुल है, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, हाउसफुल तो तू बाहर आ, मैं तेरी टांग दूंगा. Okay, I have revealed myself by negotiating my want. I want to see this movie. And you will realize who that person is. But if you say, भाई साहब प्लीज मुझे टिकट दे देना, मैं बहुत दूर से आया हूँ, 400 किलोमीटर चल के आया हूँ backwards. He's got a funny bone also. Now I'm revealing character by figuring out how he wants to achieve his want. Hey, bhai sahab, ek kaam karo na, please. I'll give you 500 rupees on top. Just give me the ticket. Okay, he's possibly corrupt. The first guy is possibly a gunda. The second guy is using humor and a funny situation to achieve what he wants. And the third guy is corrupt. Paise le le. So we are revealing character by the way we are negotiating our wants or hurdling over our wants. Keep this in mind. You know, sometimes I feel in a workshop like this, in a lecture like this, you may not be able to process everything, but sometimes one or two things get stuck in your head, and when you're in a spot of trouble, use it. Whether you're writing, whether you're directing, or whether you're acting. All right? Jitu, you want to say something? बोल ना बाबा, तेरे बिना कोई मजा ही नहीं आता.
नहीं सर, मैं मेरा स्क्रीनिंग है तो
जाने का है?
हाँ 5 बजे तो, लेकिन आप आएंगे क्या देखने के लिए? नहीं ना, नहीं आपने
He's negotiating his want over here. मेरे को 500 रुपये दे, मैं आ जाऊंगा.
गोदावरी के डायरेक्टर
माहिती आहे मला.
आपकी फिल्म सरांचीच फिल्म नाही सर, मी त्यामुळे अस्वस्थ होतो, पण बाकी काही नाही. मला आप जो बता रहे मेरे को छोड़ के जाने का, क्योंकि whenever sir talks, he doesn't talk just about acting or craft, not just that.
You know anything about the character and where he stands inside of the scene. So let's break down scenes now. थोड़ा technical करते हैं. What is for a writer and to understand for an actor or a character what is the requirement inside of a scene. The scene has got the similar structure. It has got a beginning, a middle and an end. The beginning is the setup. The middle is the conflict. And the end is what we call a reversal. I mentioned it a little earlier. A reversal. Alright? If it's written well, we have to find out amongst actors, and this is primarily for actors and writers and directors, why not, is who has the action. Can anyone tell me, besides Shohoto, what is the meaning of action in a scene? Who has the action? Please put up your hand. Don't feel afraid. Even if it's wrong, it doesn't matter. At least we are trying. What is the meaning of action in a scene? Alright, you are spending too much time recording. Be participant in this. Put up your hands. Somebody, I'm going to ask somebody.
Expression.
Sorry?
Expression.
Expression. Alright. Listen, it doesn't matter if it's the wrong answer. We are here to learn also. What does action mean in a scene? Somebody else. Yes, sir.
Something that will take the plot forward or something.
Alright. Kind of. Okay. Somebody else? Yes, ma'am. Sorry?
Forgetting yourself who you are and be the character.
That you have to do in any case. Koi mehrbani nahi kis pe. You have to do that. Right? Somebody else? Somebody else? Yes, ma'am.
I guess the character
What is the meaning of who has the action?
who's proactively doing something.
Okay. Not bad. We're getting there. We're getting there. Come on, guys. Who has the action?
Somebody who is saying something. Somebody who is making some gesture.
Gesture. Okay. Anybody else? In the last row. Yes, sir. Sorry? Lying. We all have to lie all the time. अभी मैं भी फेंक रहा हूँ ना, मैं भी तो lie कर थोड़ी मैं सब apply करता हूँ अपने work में. मजाक कर रहा हूँ. Okay, last row, sir.
So when you are mentally and physically present in that scene,
All right, that's also correct. Nothing wrong in anybody, sir.
Somebody who is taking scene ahead.
Okay. Somebody said something similar. I'm with you, sir.
Somebody who's serving the purpose of the scene.
That's also right. I'm going to take one or two more to understand how simple the answer is, and I would like it to be imprinted in your hearts for the minds. Yes, my dear?
Some sort of movement.
Oh, the least, no, in fact, that's not the right answer at all. Action is not about, say, I'm eating or I'm walking or I'm pouring water or pulling water from a well. That's not action. That's business. Okay? That business can be very thematic. That business comes later. First, you must understand, as actors, as writers, as directors, is what is the action. Everybody said mota, something. So, let me explain. Action means who wants what. Who wants what? I want something to get somewhere. So, if I'm here, I want to get here, the insurmountable goal. But before you get to the insurmountable goal, whether you achieve it or not, you will have to have mini wants. It can start here also. Normally in The Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell, he'll turn around and say, the first reaction of a hero is to reject the challenge. Mujhe nahi karna hai. Right? But the moment you realize that you are compelled to take up that challenge, you will start having mini goals. Goal after goal after goal after goal after goal after goal after goal. And now when you reach the midpoint, and it's called the second lock-in, you can't go back from this point, but the majbooran, we have to move forward. Your goals become more and more dangerous, because this is where the villain comes in, or the antagonist rather comes in. And he's going to be breathing down your neck. So your action is solving problems. Understood? Your action is, their action is to disturb me. I'm joking with her. I'm sorry. I've been kicking things around. ऊपर ही डाल दो ना तो लात में तो ऊपर डालिए उसको हटा. हाँ. So let's get back to the thing. How does this help an actor in his performance? Because when I enter the stage, I can't come and use my golden word or the golden line. I have to come in with a particular purpose. Let's say we're on stage and we are in the wings. What am I concentrating on? Can you hear the breath? Someone comes, hey, good look, and we're entry. I took the stage, but why? With what purpose? What is the purpose of entering that stage in that particular? What is your body language when you enter the stage? So, you ask yourself the question, somebody said why at that point. What is it that you want? What is it that you need to achieve? And your body language, people talk about body language willy-nilly, has a certain purpose. Hey, listen, I don't want you to say anything to me right now. Please don't interrupt me. Are you going to give me the 25,000 rupees that I want or not? I come with a certain purpose. What is it that I want? Now, this person has a want, a goal to achieve in the scene. He may or may not achieve it. What is the job of the other actor, if he is the opposing person, is to counter that and make his life miserable. Do not allow that person to achieve their goal. Now the actors have cross purposes. And what does that cross purpose give you? Conflict. And without conflict, the scene is dead. You get what I'm saying? Right? I can't stress this enough that it makes your life very simple, because you're not entering this line to say your golden word. You're coming with a very definite purpose, because I need this very desperately. The other questions Shogoto mentioned are the other questions that you ask yourself to raise the stakes for yourself. If it's not in the script, make it up. If the writer has not done his job, you make it up. And that's what I'm saying, how writing and acting is so important to be put together. What will happen if I don't achieve what I want? The stakes have gone up. Well, is my mother going to die if I don't get the 25,000 rupees? What will happen if I don't achieve my want? Why now? Believe me, with each passing question, your body, your purpose, your voice, everything starts falling into place. Why now? And the conflict starts. How does the conflict start? The other guy will say, "Ek minute, yaar, you come, don't shout at me, yaar. I am sitting and my mother is not well." Oh, acha, ye to problem ho gaya. I came in to save my mother and asked for the 25,000 rupees, but she is dealing with his mother. Mummy kaisi hai? Okay, now how? It becomes so much more difficult for this guy to achieve what he wants. And the tension builds up, and that's called what? Conflict. And he says, you can walk in over here and tell me that, I'm dealing with my problem and you're coming with your bloody problem. You got some cheek. Now, both the conflicts have to have an equal weightage. Right? Because if it doesn't have equal weightage, you say, yaar, when somebody's being cruel about it. No. You got to find a way to have a worldview conflict with the other person. And once that conflict is kind of reaching a head, you have what is known as a reversal. And that reversal also helps if it's written well. Sometimes it's not written, to have a reversal of expectation. And you must always subvert, not give the audiences what they've seen 575 times before that. Even as a performance, even as in the tonality with which you deliver the line, even with the purpose. They say, yaar, aise picture mein ye dialogue aise hi bolega. Kya? Aren't we fed up of listening to kya? Right? So, this is a structure of a scene. But what I made easy for you is to understand your purpose in that scene and how it will help you in every single way to achieve your goal. And then you may fail. Let's get back to, we'll have a reference point for at least 30 people over here, 40 people over here who've watched the Mehta Boys. Anybody else has seen the Mehta Boys? And I need to ask, which scene would you like to talk about? Anybody here? Put up your hand, don't feel afraid, please. Why? And nobody's been participating. Who's seen Mehta Boys? Sir, tell me a scene that you remember and we will try and understand.
I wanted to ask your take on the scene when things get sorted between the father and son.
All right.
They're going to the airport.
Right.
It seems the relationship, the bond has
Kind of.
is kind of better now. but still you hold on to the
Handbrake.
handbrake.
It's a resolution.
What is your interpretation of that scene?
Well, the interpretation is simple, that just because they've kind of found some kind of an uneasy piece, it doesn't mean that the character changes just because the movie is going to end. He's going to be the same old idiot that he always was. And you're going to smile at him and say, yaar, ye to sudharne wala nahi hu, main sudhar jaun. That's the idea behind that. But let's take a scene and find out how an actor's life becomes easy if he understands action. Any other scene you can recall? Does anybody remember the scene where the girl wants to take him to the airport? Do you remember that scene? How many of you remember that scene? Put up your hand so I can see hands. Don't be afraid, not... Who's seen Mehta Boys? I want to see hands again. Only 12 of you? You've seen it? Okay, leave the room. So there's a scene in the Mehta Boys, just to make you understand how it becomes easier to perform it if you have destructured the structure. The daughter wants to take her father to the airport, who has agreed to go with her to America. He's not very happy to go, but he has agreed to go because he's made a promise made to his wife, his dead wife. Right? Do you remember this?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, she has to take him to the airport. But when she enters the scene, we have a kind of a reversal over there already. And the reversal is, he's not ready. Remember? He's not ready. His hair is all over the place. He's not shaven. And what is he doing? He's typing. We already have a conflict. I've got to go to the airport. That's my action. I got to take the old man as carefully as possible without hurting his feelings to the airport. That's your action. So what's our action? Be a little careful. But we have to take him to the airport. And she sees him typing. Tak, 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 tak. What's going on? She goes up to him and says, Dad, Papa, what are you doing? Kuch nahi. 10 minute और 10 मिनट क्या कर रहे? I have to बस थोड़ी चीजें बाकी. क्या चीजें? This is the pushback and the conflict that she's getting. As a writer, when writing the scene, you've got to say, if she's got an action, make sure that the opposing action is so strong that he's not getting dressed and he's not crying. He is typing. How do I drag him out of this emotion when he's typing what we can say is his will? And drag him and take him away. So she says, we can do it later on. You can do it when we get home. He says, this is home. We have conflict. This is home. Okay. Saying, no, anyway, we can do it. When the movers come and, you can type it in America. And he gets more action, escalates. It's called rising action. Are we taking my typewriter? Now she's in a spot. There are sticks. Are we taking this Sunil Gavaskar bat? Are we taking these photo frames? No, right? I tell you what, why don't we take this sofa, the one your mother died on? And now she is reversed. She came in with a gusto and she's leaving with the tail between her legs because she said she's done something wrong. So in that scene, if the actors do not understand the action, the conflict and the reversal. It starts with the reversal and ends with the reversal because she has to come and say, Dad, what are you doing? Come on, let's go. And when he says, can we take your mother's sofa with us? Kya sab aayega taxi mein? We're in trouble. Now the reversal is, I'm sorry. Now she looks at her house from outside and she realizes that if I am going to miss my house, which I'll never see again, what's the old man feeling like? You have reversed the feelings of the girl who entered. So, before I leave it for the Q&A and you want to ask me some questions too, I have, sir, you will be asking me some questions or the audience will ask me some questions. But I want to, brother, I love you, brother. I bow before you, my friend. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud to know you. This is a rare human being. Please celebrate his life, celebrate his work. I just want to have closing statements. Prajakta Deshmukh. Kya baat hai?
Sorry.
this male kissing is getting on my nerves. I want to close by a couple of closing statements. Some years ago, I went to New York, and my assistant, my photography assistant, met me and said, I want to take some photographs. So we went to Broadway, and he started taking pictures of me, saying, where do you want to go? I said, let's go to the New Amsterdam Theatre. You remember what I told you? Yeah. Let's go to the New Amsterdam Theatre. So we took pictures outside the New Amsterdam Theatre. I said, I don't want to take pictures here. He said, I took him in the back passage, and I went behind to the actor's entrance, the artist's entrance. I stood over there, and my assistant took my pictures. His life getting its wonderful full circle. It's so beautiful. Some years before that, I went to the Lexington Hotel, and I do get embarrassed. I do get embarrassed when people come out in the hotel and they receive you at the lobby, and they receive you and they give you flowers. And at the Lexington Hotel in New York, I received a bouquet of carnations, red carnations. And I took that bouquet and I said, I can't accept this, and I gave it to the hotel manager, the general manager of the hotel. He's saying, why are you giving it to me? Saying, because you gave me my first job, Mr. Sambara, and you taught me my greatest lesson, to pay your dues. And there are no magic bullets, and you've got to work your way to the top no matter how long it takes. These are important things in life. Don't expect things to happen overnight. Don't chase fame. Fame is a byproduct. Chase what you love, chase what you believe in, and have the courage of your convictions. Thank you very much, everybody.